and depositories are known as the registered owners. Right? Now, if we see what are the concepts related to depository system. Okay, so the concepts related to depository system, under this we can study about dematerialization, rematerialization, fungibility, international securities, identification number. All these can be studied. So if we see the overview of depository system, okay, means see a depository is an organization which holds securities like shares, debentures, bonds, government securities, mutual funds, units, etc. Government securities are nothing but the securities that are issued by the state government or the central government. So bonds, debentures, shares, units, we all know collective investment schemes or mutual funds can be named as units, not as shares. Okay, so of investors in electronic form. Okay, electronic form at the request of the investors through registered repository participant. Then, so this is all our overview regarding the depository system. Now, a depository is an organization like a central bank, okay, like a central bank where securities of a shareholder are held in the electronic form. Okay, securities held in electronic form at the request of shareholder through the medium of a depository participant. Okay, there will be depository participant, and through depository participant these securities are held in electronic form. So to utilize services offered by depository, okay, the investor has to open what account? A demat account should be opened. Depository through a depository participant. In a depository system, share certificates belonging to investors are to be dematerialized, means converted into electronic form, and their names are required to be entered in the records of depository, okay, as beneficial owners. Consequent to these changes, the investor names in the company's register are replaced by the name of depository as the registered owner of the securities. Okay, it depends if at all, if there are any changes, means then obviously the depository name will be changed. Okay, likewise the depository, however, does not have any voting rights. Okay, this is important. Why? Because it is just a registered owner but not beneficial owner. Beneficial owner will be the investor, so the enjoy the voting rights will be for the beneficial owner or the investor, but not for the depository or else registered owner. And now if you see in the depository mode, corporate actions such as IPOs, okay, initial public offerings, rights, conversions, bonus, mergers or amalgamations, subdivisions and consolidations, all are carried without the movement of paper, means no physical form, savings both cost and time. So all these can be how can we benefited, means cost and time. Okay, through cost and time, information of beneficiary owners is readily available. These are the benefits regarding the depository systems. Okay, and the issuer gets information on changes in shareholdings pattern on a regular basis, which enables the issuer to efficiently monitor the changes in shareholdings. Okay, so therefore there are many benefits by in depository mode. Okay, and if we see, depository system links the issuing corporates, depository participants, the depositories and clearing corporations of the stock exchanges. So depository system acts as a link of all these players. Okay, so this network facilitates holding of securities in the soft form, okay, means electronic form, and affects transfers by means of account transfers. Okay, then under the provisions of Depositories Act, these depositories provide various services to investors, okay, such as clearing members, capital markets, issuing corporate, stock exchanges, in each and everything. Likewise, basic facilities like account opening, these are all the functions. Okay, here from here to here, all these can be considered as the functions. Okay, functions. What are the functions of depository means? You have to write all these things. Functions of depository. Okay, so functions of depository. First one is account opening. Okay, opening accounting means the first step is to open a demat account. So demat account is the short form of dematerialization account. So it is the process of holding investments like mutual funds, shares, bonds, government securities, etc. It does away with the hassles of maintenance of physical documents. Okay, so here first of all, account should be opened. So account opening is the first functions. The basic facilities will be given, provided under the depositories. Likewise, dematerialization, changing into, converting into electronic form means the process is conversion of physical shares to electronic shares. So when a shareholder uses this facility, company takes back the physical shares through depository system and equal numbers of shares are credited into the shareholders account. Okay, likewise, pledging, distributing, settlement of trades. Okay, settlement means if at all there are any disturbances in the trading of securities between the intermediaries or the investor. Okay, so if at all there are any issues with the companies, okay, issue with the depository participants, then settlement of trades will be done. So this will be also done by the depositories only, because SAT will be there, Securities Appellate Tribunal. So if at all there are any issues means they can settle there in the SAT. Likewise, advanced facilities like pledging means if at all the persons, for example, dematerialized shares can be pledged means after the loan is repaid, means they are going for loan. Under pledging means they are going for loan means by keeping their these electronic shares with the persons with other persons and taking loan. So whenever the loan is repaid, a request can be made through one's depository participant to close the pledge through a standard format. So pledging will be there, and those facilities will be provided by these depositories. Okay, distribution of non-cash, okay, or corporate actions means when rights or bonus or a dividend is announced by any corporate event for a particular security, then the depository will give the details of all the clients having electronic holdings to the registrar as on that date. Okay, so what will the the depositor will do in this non-cash means, distribution of non-cash means, so whenever any corporate event for a particular security, depository will give the details of those clients. Okay, and the registrar will then calculate the benefits due to all the shareholders. Okay, likewise, distribution of securities to allottees in case of public issues. Okay, transmission of securities, freezing of the account, all these can be seen. Okay, so a depository cannot act as a depository unless it obtains a certificate. Initially, I have told this thing, without getting permission from SEBI, without applying to the SEBI, it cannot, without obtaining certificate from SEBI, it cannot be considered as a depository. Okay, then to utilize services of depository, investor has to open an account depository through participants similar to the opening of an account with any bank branches to utilize services of the bank. Okay, so in order to utilize the bank services, definitely demat account should be opened, and registration of the depository is required under SEBI. Okay, SEBI. Next, depository and depository participant, both are regulated by SEBI. Okay, both are regulated by the SEBI. Now, till now I have said that bank, bank only, it also acts, depository also acts like bank only. Okay, so bank and depository, if we see, okay, bank hold funds in account. We all know that we'll save the we'll have savings account. Okay, we will deposit our money in the bank, means holding funds of our funds in the bank. But if you see a depository means it holds securities. Okay, Then if we see in bank, transfer funds between accounts on the instruction of the account holder. I am having an account, I want to transfer some 50,000 amount to another person, so I have to transfer my funds from one account to another account. But here if we see transfer of securities, okay, obviously the things will be the same, but only the names are changing here. Okay, here it is related to the amount, here it is related to the securities, right? Now facilitates transfer without having to handle money. Okay, likewise here facilitates transfer of ownership will be changed. Okay, having to handle securities, transfer will be here also, it is easy only, we are just transferring our securities, at the same time ownership also will be transferred. Accountable for the safekeeping of funds. Okay, and here accountable for safekeeping of securities. Okay, if we have saved our money in the bank, means those are safe. Okay, likewise here also keeping our securities in the depository means those are in a safe. Next, we have to know about while talking about depositories, we have to know about the depository and custodian. So what is depository and what is custodian means? Here till now we have studied holding of electronic version of financial securities. Okay, scripts, which are nothing but electronic form of the shares. Okay, so it allows for the clearing the settlement of these securities as well as facilitation of their transfer. So we can transfer here also, we can settle our accounts also. Okay, and custodian, what does custodian means? Custodian is a bank or financial institution that holds financial securities for safekeeping only, not for transfer. It cannot do transfer of ownership rights or else transfer of the securities, but it is only to for safekeeping. For example, in bank we will for security we will keep our gold there. Okay, so likewise it is just only we are keeping there for security purpose. Okay, safekeeping purpose only, but here we cannot transfer our securities, but here transfer of securities will be there, ownership also will be changed here, and such as shares, debentures and mutual funds, here stocks, bonds and gold. Okay, and it is the legal owner and custodian of the financial securities, and the securities it holds are not legally owned by it. Okay, there is no legality, here is a legal owner, it is considered as, so we know registered owner, depository as registered owner, investor as the beneficial owner, but it is not so like in custodian case. Every depository serves as a custodian, like custodian is nothing but safekeeping. So here also not only transferring, at the same time it acts as custodian also. Not every custodian is a depository. Why? Because here no transfer of ownership can be made, only safekeeping only here is there. So custody is one of depository's functions. Okay, custodian sole function is custody. Okay, custody is one of the function, means safekeeping is one of the functions of depository, but safekeeping is the main function of the, it is the sole function of the custodian. So this is the difference between depository and the custodian. Okay, and examples are SD, CDSL and SDL. Okay, and examples here are HDFC Bank, any bank you can write here. Okay, then what are the functions? Till now we have studied now in previous slide, account opening. Okay, account opening, dematerialization, rematerialization, settlements, IPOs, corporate benefits, creation of encumbrance. Okay, encumbrance is nothing but pledging. As I said before, if we want to take loan on those shares means scripts means. Okay, so that facility is given by the depository. Those activities will be done by the depository. So these are all the functions of depository. Okay, account opening, so demat account has to be opened, dematerialization process will be there. Dematerialization means here we are changing our physical shares into the electronic shares, and rematerialization, if at all we want electronic shares to physical shares. Okay, here dematerialization, changing from physical to electronic. Okay, but here under rematerialization, changing from electronic to physical. Okay, So that is rematerialization. So settlement, as I said before, if at all there are any disturbances between those players of depositories, then they'll go for, they can appeal for SAT, okay, Securities Appellate Tribunal. So we all know that about the functions or powers of SAT. Likewise, IPOs, initial public offering, corporate benefits. If at all the company wants to go for public issue, so in that case, first new issues, fresh issues, that is known as initial public offering. Primary market is considered as the IPO. So in that case, also depository acts. Next one, corporate benefits. Creation of encumbrance means if at all it want to go for loans, okay, pledging. So in that case, also this depository acts. So these are all the functions regarding the depository. Okay, then what are the differences between depository and custodian? We have just now discussed the differences. Okay, now benefits of depository system. What are the benefits of depository system? First one is elimination of bad deliveries. Okay, so in the depository environment, once holdings of an investor are dematerialized, then the question of bad delivery, if first of all, first introduction class only, we have studied due to theft or else any damage, mutualization. For those aspects only, we have established, we have incepted this concept of depository system. So here that aspect will be eliminated, elimination of bad deliveries. Okay, and physical environment, buyer of shares was required to take risk of transfer and face uncertainty of the quality of assets purchased, while in a depository environment, good money certainly begets good quality of assets. Now if we see elimination of all risks associated with physical certificates, okay, here it is really bad delivery means they cannot held under objection, means by telling by objecting they cannot hold their the securities. Okay, so that is about this elimination of bad deliveries. And here coming to theft, mutilation and loss. Okay, so it cannot be done in electronic form, but can be seen in the physical certificates. So if we see, so there are here there are other benefits for depository functions. Not only this elimination of bad deliveries and elimination of all risk associated with physical certificates, but also we have other benefits like immediate transfer and registration of securities, faster disbursement of non-cash corporate benefits. We have discussed this, but immediate transfer and registration of securities is also another benefit. Means here, once the securities are credited to investors' accounts on payout, he becomes the legal owner of the securities. Okay, in depository environment, and there is no further need to send it to companies register for registration, or if securities purchased in physical environment, investor will send it to company share transfer agent. Okay, then only change of ownership can be maintained or can be seen. All this process can be done under the framework of 2 months, but in depository system, immediate transfer and registration of securities can be seen. So that is another benefit. And if we see another one, faster disbursement of non-cash corporate benefits like rights, bonus, etc. Okay, so depository system provides for direct credit and of non-cash corporate entitlement. Means here physical cash will be there, not there. Okay, direct non-cash corporate entitlement will be there, immediately transfer will be seen in the investors accounts. Okay, thereby ensuring faster disbursements and avoiding risk of loss of certificates in transit. Likewise, a reduction in brokerage by many brokers for trading in dematerialized securities. So this is another benefit. Brokers provide this benefit to investors as dealing in dematerialized securities reduces their back office cost of handling paperwork. Okay, paperwork will be reduced. Okay, so brokerage will be also reduced, and it also eliminates the risk of being the introducing broker. Okay, so directly they can do reduction in handling of huge volume of papers or periodic status reports to investors on their holdings and transactions, leading to better controls. All can be huge paperwork will be not there, and periodical status will be updated to the investors through this dematerialized securities. Okay, and another one is elimination of problems related to change of address of investor, transmission, etc. Okay, why elimination of problem related to this change of addresses means, in case of change of address of transmission of demat shares, investors are saved from undergoing the entire change procedure with each company, okay, or registrar. So investors has to only inform their depository participant with all relevant documents, and the required changes are affected in the database of all companies where the investor is a registered holder of securities, right? Now, elimination of problems related to selling securities on behalf of a minor. So, elimination of problems means minors actually in physical form of certificates, minors are not involved in this trading. So here, if eliminate here we can see elimination of problems related to selling securities on behalf of a minor. So, a natural guardian is not required to take court approval for selling demat securities on behalf of a minor. Okay, because these are on online. We are through phone, through internet. We can do so on behalf of this minor. The persons can do the work. But before that, in physical format, if we see means they have to take from permission from the court. A court approval is needed. Okay, so these are the benefits regarding the depository system. Okay, so how the depository system works means, okay, so how does it works means, depository system, see here, this is depository system, depository, okay, NSDL or CDSL, and company has to be listed in this depository. Okay, in this depository system company should be listed. Then afterwards agreement with depositories, okay, agreement with depositories should be made by this company. So depositories, we know depositories are these companies. Okay, so depositories are NSDL and CDSL, and these NSDL CDSL depositories, okay, they will convert entire shares of company in electronic mode. Okay, so afterwards depository participants, okay, so depository participants, what does these depository participants will do means, they will they will open the account, demat account for investor. Okay, investor opens demat account opening with depository participant. So after demat account, investor can give instructions for trading. Okay, for trading this investor can give the instructions. Then here finally stock exchange trading of securities in e-mode can be done. So this is depository system. The company will be registered with agreement, undergoes agreement with the depositors, and these depositors maintain register with depository participants. Okay, and these depository participants maintain register of investors, and they will do functions of opening the accounts, demat account. Okay, so investor directly he cannot directly open account with company, or he cannot directly open account with depositor. In between depository participant will be there. Through depository participant only he can open the account. Okay, so after that he can do the trading of securities in electronic mode. So here what is dematerialization means, here dematerialization is the process by which physical certificates, okay, physical certificates of an investor are converted into equivalent number of securities in electronic form. Okay, so how much amount of securities are there, that equivalent number of securities will be changed into electronic form. If we see immobilization, what does immobilization? See, these dematerialization and immobilization are the two models. Okay, two models of depositories. Okay, see here, models of depository. One is immobilization and the other one is the dematerialization. So immobilization means where physical share certificates are kept in vaults. Okay, they are in safe, in a purse, like in a purse, with the depository for safe custody, and all subsequent transactions in these securities take place in book entry form. Okay, the actual owner has the right to withdraw his physical securities, and as and when desired. The immobilization of fresh issue may be achieved by issuing a jumbo certificate representing the entire issue in the name of depository, nominee, beneficial owner. Each and everything will be written on this physical certificate, physical securities. Okay, that is immobilization. Coming to dematerialization, no physical script. Okay, no physical script in existence, only electronic records maintained by the depository. Okay, this type of system is cost effective and simple and has been adopted in India. So this is dematerialization, and this is immobilization is nothing but physical share certificate. These two are the models in depository. And how to withdraw, this is the meaning. And this coming to withdraw of original share certificate. So what is the process? Physical share certificate surrendered at the time of dematerialization. At the time of dematerialization process, we have to submit, investor has to submit physical share certificate. Okay, but investor can ask for fresh certificate by adopting rematerialization also. Rematerialization is nothing but electronic certificate is now changed into physical form, that is rematerialization. Coming to dematerialization, dematerialization is physical form is changed into electronic form. So here the investor has the right to ask for this rematerialization also, or else he can change his dematerialization, that certificate into dematerialization. So if he see here, actual owner of has the right to withdraw his original share certificate which are kept in vaults, okay, with the depository. That's it. Here coming to cost, this model is simple and cost effective. We all know that in online means so much of paperwork is less and at the same time cost effective. But if we see here, this model is not popular as it is complex and expensive. Okay, so this is the models of depository. Okay, and here if we see about the concepts. Okay, so what are those concepts? Concepts related to depository system. So what are those concepts is dematerialization, rematerialization, fungibility, international securities, identification number. All these are the concepts related to the depository system, where we that I'm going to discuss in the next part of this video. Okay.